Thank you for joining us. It's an absolute honor and pleasure. So the first question we have for you is, what is the Andalusian attitude towards Midrashim? What are they? How are we to understand them? And what is the key to learning them the proper way?
Right. So, when I got married to my wife, she's an art major and she loves art, and she would take me to art museums. And I would, growing up, I always used to like science. I was more, into going to the natural history museums in my area rather than the art museums. But I was introduced to art, and little by little, I understood that, if you're going to take art as a objective view of what the painting represents, and you just take it at face value, well, many times you just won't understand what the artist was trying to convey, because art is filled with symbols. And there's different forms of art. There's impressionism, there's expressionism, there's surrealism. So you have to understand that when a message is being conveyed, it's oftentimes before you even listen to the message or you look at the message. In the case of art, you have to understand the particular symbols and the particular methodology. So just give you like a simple example. Dreams are filled with symbols. We know from Masechet Berachot, Perek Tishri, that the dream symbols need to be interpreted. And there's different ways you can do this. Freud, for example, was in a sense aligned with what the Gemara says. Freud took dreams as symbols, and the symbols are not to be taken literally, but rather you're supposed to see what the symbol represents. And once you understand the representation, you would have a better understanding of the message that the dream is conveying. This is, as I said, aligned with Masechet Berachot, which again looked at the dream symbol and said, you see that, and try to help people in dreams. You could have the Jungian approach to dreams is a bit different, right? He says, are natural in that not everything in the dream needs to be discounted as pure symbolism, right? And just think of that for a second. So you have the Freudian approach, which says everything is pure symbolism and just understand the symbol. And you have the Jungian approach, which says that dreams, they kind of reveal something about our imagination, but it's a way of our expressing our imagination. So yes, there are symbols in the dream, but not everything is secretive, right? So those are two approaches to how to understand the symbols of dreams. And the Midrashim are an artistic expression by the Chachamim of very profound ideas, right? So if it's an artistic expression by the Chachamim, then you have to understand, well, how do I read Midrashim? It's a little different than reading halachot. The halachot are explicit. The halachot are black and white. The words are rigid. They're always there, and they always need to be looked at and understood. And anything you say has to be within the context of the text, right? That's not the way the Agadot work. Because Agadot are an artistic expression by the Chachamim of deep ideas, you have to see that sometimes some of the ideas are more secret. A little. Generally speaking, these ideas need to be understood and assimilated by everyone, meaning Jewish law applies to everyone, and therefore because it's going to be, don't know what the halakha is. And the purpose, for example, of the Mishneh Torah was to present the halakha that can be accessed by the public. That's not what the Midrashim are. Oftentimes, the Midrashim contain what would be called Sod Adonai Lire'av, secrets, secretive material. I don't like the word secrets. I like secretive material, where the Midrash is talking. It has this beautiful message, but under the message, there could be some esoteric messages that are going to the more sophisticated, to those who are worthy of those esoteric messages. And I want to conclude by saying one thing. There are those who say Midrashim are just, it's all non-literal. There's nothing real there. It's all we can just discount it. It's not serious. It's not real. That's one thing that we have a lot. And then you have some people who say, no, Midrash, every single word is literal. It's all exactly the way it is. And I think both methods, they lose the beauty of the Midrash. The Midrashim are beautiful. For a moment, just for a moment. Sometimes you have a poem. The poem has beautiful words, and you just enjoy hearing the words. And then under the poem, of course, there's a message. I think that's exactly what the Midrashim are. I don't like either of the two methods. I want to say, the Midrash is literal, and that's all. There's nothing secretive there. The other is, the Midrash should just be discounted. It's nonsensical. And I think even at the literal layer, it's art. It's beautiful. The Midrashim, they touch certain aspects of our soul in a special way. But together with that, there is the subtext. And there are the Hachamim who can read the Midrash and decode the Midrashim. So I think the Andalusian method of the Midrashim looks at the Midrash as an artwork by intelligent people containing beautiful symbols at the outer level, but profound ideas at the inner level.
Very nice.
Very nice. Well said.